Hello everybody, this is Big Boss Calvin 83. I know I'm a little late on this, but I want to give my opinions and commentary in regards to what Ayesha Curry and what Erykah Badu said about women need to dress less provocative and less slutty and cover up more. First off, I agree. I stand by these two young ladies. I don't know about, Erykah Badu's in her 40s, but she still looks young. You know what I mean. I still stand by these ladies because what they said, I agree with. Let's start off with Ayesha Curry. Now, she's very classy. She's cool. I don't know her personally, obviously. But the only thing, she's classy. She got a good head on her shoulders, and she does speak truth about what's going on. And women need to be conservative and need to stop being dressed all provocative. And the only time they should be provocative and be slutty, dressed provocatively and sexy and overtly sexy is to their man. And I mean their body, women, your body is a temple, and you should have more class and respect for yourselves. Stop trying to get attention. Because all y'all gonna do is attract the wrong dudes. I know why y'all do it. And the same thing that Erykah Badu said, saying girls need to cover up and wear longer skirts down to their knees, even covering up their ankles. The only thing I have a pet peeve about Ayesha Curry is that she needs to go natural, and that she's a Christian, and when a woman is a Christian, 10 times out of 10, she's on some bullshit. When they call them, when particularly so-called black women call themselves a Christian woman. I really don't like women who are Christian and religious, because I'm not a religious person, and I hate it when women who are very religious, try to convert men who are non-religious into being religious. Like a lot of Christian women who are Christian will try to take the most non-Christian guy, man who's non-religious, non-Christian, don't follow that Bible bullshit, and try to change him into becoming a Christian man instead of getting a Christian man. And I understand why these women do it. The reason why there is because a lot of times, because women like a challenge. That's number one. Number two, women don't like, a lot of times, a lot of Christian guys who are Christian group in the church tend to be a little more sissy-ish, or number three, they are they just follow the book. They just follow the Bible. They're just overly religious. Overly controlling. The Bible says submit to me and all that shit. I don't agree with that. I don't follow the Bible. I don't agree with that bullshit. There's a lot of half-truths, some truths that's been twisted and manipulated, and a lot of lies and propaganda. A lot of propaganda. That's why I don't fuck with that shit. Now, the only thing I'm guilty of is that I do go to church with my family, but that's just for moral support. But I take everything what these people are saying about. Excuse me. You have to pay attention to religious people and where they get their stuff from, and how you can talk to them. Because if you say, well, I don't believe in the sky god, I'm not religious, and you need to be, because they was trying to shame you into being religious. You need to follow God. You need to follow the Christian way. Well, there's a lot of religions that tell you this is the way. What gives you the right to say This your way is the only way. Christian way is the only way. Buddhist way is the only way. You know what I'm saying? Catholic is the only way. When there's a lot of bullshit that's going on with pedophiles and whores and sluts, people gluttony, stealing, lying, and cheating. I mean, most people who are religious are hypocrites. You know, I'm like, but that's the reason why when it comes to women who are religious, I really can't stand them. But overall, despite her, Ayesha Curry, being a religious, being Christian, being a Christian woman, she does the things that she said is on point. Nevertheless, and when she said that women should cover up and not dress like whores and sluts, and the only time they should respect themselves and respect their body and their goods, she's right. And the only time they should be provocative and dress provocative and be sexual and flaunt their sexual energy is towards that guy that they're intimate with, that they truly love, not that they're fucking. I'm talking about someone that put a ring on it. They should be intimate with that man, you know, that particular man. Not a bunch of men, but with that particular man, women should be, you know, sexual, wild, and crazy and freaky towards that particular guy. Not a bunch of guys, but that particular guy. And I agree with Ayesha Curry. And a lot of feminists are talking about we can do whatever we want to do. But here's the thing: when I got a problem with you feminists, like Amber Rose, I can't stand that bitch. Y'all want to do what the fuck you want to do, but you don't want to be responsible and accountable for what the fuck y'all do. Y'all want to dress like whores and sluts, but then you talk about, well, men shouldn't look at me a certain way and shouldn't judge me. Let me tell you something, bitches. Yeah, I said it. Y'all some stupid ass dumb bitches. People are going to perceive you and judge you subconsciously. Some of it's social conditioning. Some of it is just instinctual. You know, if that's a word. Some of it's just instinct. I'll just be on the safe side and say instinct. People are judging you based on how you carry yourself and how you behave and how you dress and how you behave and how you carry yourself as a woman to women and even as a man. How you carry yourself as a person per se. How you carry yourself as a person and how you dress is a reflection of you, and it says a lot about you. Okay? You don't see men, I mean, unless the guys are meatheads from the Jersey Shore, you know, dressing with the abs out, wearing white beaters and all that shit. You know, getting women's attention. But, you know, y'all women say, oh, man should respect me. Women, like I told y'all, y'all cannot do whatever the fuck y'all want to do and not be accountable. If you want to say, well, dressing like a slut and being a whore is empowering, and you're an idiot. Because it's not. If you're really about women's empowerment, you're about self-respect, dignity, being a mother, being supporting your man, being a nurturer, standing by your man, being a supporter of the family, being holding the family together, being strong with that man that you have, and with the family that you have, with the kids you have with that man, and holding the family together and keeping the family afloat, keeping the family in a positive direction. That is your responsibility as a woman. Fuck all that feminist bullshit. You know, y'all want to dress how you want to dress and flaunt and be all sexual and flaunt your sexual energy, be all sexual, flaunt your sexuality. But then when you get the wrong guy who you attract based on how you behave yourselves and based on what you wear, you want to bitch and complain and scream harassment. You want to cry sexual harassment. You want to bitch about guys looking at you funny, gawking at you, staring at you, looking at you like a piece of meat, which you are. Guys stalking you to death. You got dudes thirsty and want to fuck you, and that's all they want to do is just fuck the shit out of you. You know, you cannot have your cake and eat it too. And that's what Ayesha Curry is trying to tell y'all bitches. And the same with Erykah Badu, telling girls that girls need to stop dressing like fucking thoughts and sluts and whores and bitches. You know, when Erykah Badu said the same thing, she got roasted by the feminists. Oh, men need to control themselves. No, bitch, no. Men are already taught at a young age that we need to control how we behave around girls, and especially girls and women. And women, when men become men, we're definitely taught how we got to behave and how we got to control ourselves. But women, it's your responsibility. How you act and how you behave dictates how the man acts and responds and behaves towards you. You follow what I'm saying? You know, women, with every action, there's a reaction. So if you dress like a fucking prostitute, you're going to get thirsty ass dudes, and you're going to get poor quality males. The poorest quality men. If you dress like a lady and carry yourself as a lady, you're going to get the on point, productive, successful dude. By being a lady, being classy, not dressing like a fucking whore and slut just to get male attention. I mean, a lot of you women got low self-esteem. A lot of y'all grew up without fathers and things, and y'all feminists it's your fault because you broke up the fucking family unit, kicking the man out the house, saying you don't need no man. It's funny how women say they don't need a man, but they want a man's attention, and they want men to do this for them and do that for them, and keep building society and protect them and save them from their own stupidity and bullshit. I mean, really, cut the shit out. All I'm going to say is this. What Erykah Badu and Ayesha Curry is saying is on point. Women overall, girls need to dress, need to, you know, one thing I disagree with Erykah Badu is that when they say it's in man's nature to like girls who are only in their teens and early 20s. I mean, that's not really true. It's true to a certain extent, but I mean, these men find women for the fertile ages all the way from I would say 16 all the way through women in their mid 40s. You know, that's when men find women attractive. I find women attractive from women like I really can't stand teen girls. They're annoying as fuck. But I prefer to meet a woman, you know, at my age from 23 all the way through a woman in her early 40s. You know what I'm saying? That's the way I like it right now. That's the age ranges that I have. You know, there's a lot of women in their 40s that look just as good looking and actually a lot better looking than the girls in their 20s, and they take better care of their feet. Older women to take care of their feet, that's a premium for a lot of foot lovers out there. Just saying. But I mean, what we're attracted to desire younger people from only in the teens and early 20s from both guys and girls. Only time women like older guys is if they got money, or they want looking for a father. But it's mostly hypergamy. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, what Erykah Badu and Ayesha Curry is saying is correct. Girls need to dress more conservative. They need to cover up. They need to wear skirts that go all the way down below their knees, and they need to make sure that they need to stop exposing their cleavage and all that and stop exposing so much goddamn skin. Leave it to their imagination. I mean, that's what a lot of girls and women need to do. And Ayesha Curry is saying that if you want to be sexual and dress provocative, do that for your man. Do that in private. Keep that shit private. Don't be on the internet showing your ass, showing your boobs. And, you know what I mean? Don't be showing your private parts on the internet. I personally don't mind if y'all show y'all feet. Women, as long as they look good. But that's another different story. I'm not going to get into that. But women, listen to Ayesha Curry and Erykah Badu. What they're saying is on point. And don't listen to these feminists, because a lot of these women who are roasting Erykah Badu and Ayesha Curry. They're the same bitches who are lonely and don't have a man, and they will always be treated as cum dumpsters. There will always be, these are the same females that will ride the cock carousel, and once they hit the wall and become old and ugly and bitter, then they wonder why they're by themselves, or why they got a bunch of kids, different kids from different sorry ass dudes. I mean, it's really pathetic. I mean, you feminists want to talk about empowerment by being a whore and a slut and killing babies, and by getting abortions and shit, and living off the fucking government, and raping men for alimony and child support, and then you want to cry false accusations of domestic abuse, and cry false accusations of harassment, of sexual harassment, and damn sure make false accusations of rape. You want to make, it's like you want to entice guys all day long, but you don't want us to react. The only time you want a guy to react is if it's the guy that you're attracted to. Women, you cannot choose who you attract. Whoever you if you conduct yourself a certain way, you're gonna get a particular dude or particular dudes. So if you dress like a whore and a slut, what kind of guys do you think you're gonna attract? Since you're a low grade gold digger, and since you got pork and you have no class and no self-respect, you're gonna attract the most thirstiest, sorry ass, unproductive, lazy ass bums of males out there. All they want to do is just fuck you and chuck you, and don't take you seriously. And even if you come across an on-point man, a good man, we're gonna just treat you what you're worth. You're just not, unless he's a simp or a mangina or both. You're gonna take advantage of that guy and fuck him over. But once he gets sick and tired of your ass, and getting sick and tired of being used and abused, he's gonna one day snap and fucking probably want to try to harm you and try to kill you. If you play with him, if you play with God's emotions and feelings, if he's naive to women. So women, I mean, y'all, the ball's in your court. You know, even if you come across a good man, he ain't gonna take you seriously, because if you're out there looking like Amber Rose and doing slut walks and being a fucking whore and slut and dressing all provocative and showing off your ass and titties and everything, just showing everything the fuck off and being sexual, flaunting your sexuality and enticing guys left and right, you cannot be trusted. You are a hoe. You are a slut, and you will be treated like a bitch. But then you want to whine and bitch and cry why men don't respect you. Well, it's your fault. And then you want to cry and complain why you got raped when it's your fault. You put yourself in that situation. So you gotta be responsible and accountable for your fucking actions. So at the end of the day, it's on you. Stop holding men accountable for your actions. Stop saying you want to do whatever the fuck you want to do, and then blame men for your fuck-ups, and then saying it's the man's fault. It doesn't work that way. You are responsible for how you conduct yourself and how you carry yourself and how you behave, especially behave around other men, to your women out there. How you behave around other people, because you got girls killing each other and fighting each other because they're trying to compete with one another, trying to get the best guy. Trying to get all the men, the reason why women dress sexy and trying to look more beautiful than the other chick is to look better than the other woman, so they can get the top guy, the high status male, I call it. Whew. Let me take a drink. So you can hate on Ayesha Curry, you can hate on Erykah Badu, but particularly Ayesha Curry, because what she spoke is truth. She's married, she got Stephen Curry, she got the best basketball player in the world right now, and she's having prosperity. And you wonder why you can't get that, because you want to be a feminist. Well, Ayesha Curry ain't no feminist, and look what she got. Why don't y'all use your heads for once? So all I'm going to say is this. Girls and women need to listen to Ayesha Curry and Erykah Badu, because what they said was truthful and on point. Y'all, if you want to attract a gentleman, you better start being a fucking lady. And that's all I gotta say. I'm out. Peace. Cover up.